Hello guys and welcome to Daily Market Movements. Welcome to another episode of Crypto Watch. In today's episode we are going to be analysing the XRP and the Bitcoin price chart as always. It's going to be a very interesting video due to the fact we have had so much volatility over the past 3 to 4 days, especially during the weekend. We've seen both XRP and Bitcoin continue their downtrend, their move towards the downside, and we have hit fresh monthly lows. That's right, unfortunately we haven't hit freshly monthly highs, we've hit freshly monthly lows, but it's actually very interesting. So we're going to start off with the XRP price chart. Now in my previous videos I had a wedge that looked kind of like this, and what has happened here with the XRP price chart is that this wedge that we've been trading in since April 2020 continues to restructure itself. And the reason I say that is because the wedge initially looked like this. We were anticipating that breakout of this wedge going into the end of November, but we got that pop up towards 1.35, and I put my hands up. I come out on YouTube and I was extremely excited when we were trading up at these price levels. I did anticipate a move up towards 1.40, but we never got it, and we actually had a false breakout and we fell back into the wedge. So that then left me to restructure the top side of this wedge from those highs that we achieved back in April 2021. So I think that was a high for roughly $1.96, and now I have restructured it by drawing this wedge line to that monthly swing high up at 1.35. Now we've had something very similar happen towards the bottom side. As I just mentioned, the previous wedge towards the lower side was drawn like that, and I kept on coming out saying, this is very positive, guys. We keep having these higher lows that keep forming. The uptrend is still intact, but then something happened this weekend which threw all of that out of the window, and that was that we have just gone and broken that previous higher low. So many traders started to panic and get worried, and that's why we probably did see some selling pressure, especially when we dropped below that 200-day EMA. From a technical perspective, that is not what you want to see. But what I've just done, I've zoomed out. As the old saying goes, when in doubt, zoom out, and that's exactly what I had to do here. And it just looks to me that we have just restructured the bottom side of this wedge. So now it looks to me that the wedge is looking kind of like this, which actually does look very attractive at this moment in time. And I wouldn't be too worried about the recent downfall we've had here for the XRP price chart, because we have fallen roughly 30% in the past 3 to 4 weeks. But if we just zoom out at this current wedge that we were trading in here for XRP before we had that massive impulsive move towards the upside, but that was back at the beginning of April 2021, where we had a 245% rally all the way to those yearly highs up at $1.96. What actually happened prior to that move is that we did in fact have a 40% correction. In fact, we did at one point fall 44%. So, these impulsive moves towards the downside are not unusual here for XRP. I'm not saying that, we're definitely going to get this move from the lows. I'm not saying that we are going to have that 245% move higher, which is going to take us, come the end of next month, all the way up to $3. That's not what I am saying. Anything can happen, and whatever I say during today's video is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion on the market. But what I am trying to present to you guys is that it is not unusual for us to have 30 to 40% dips in the crypto market. A friend of mine over on Twitter actually said that volatility is it's just a market that basically transfers money from those who can't handle volatility to those who can, and that is exactly what the crypto market is. If you don't know that how volatile the crypto markets are, then don't invest in it, because moves like this are perfectly normal. They are scary, yes, especially when your money, especially when you're trading with over 100k, for example. That's where, right now you'd be sitting at minus 30, 40k, especially if you bought in on that breakout towards the upside. But I would just, stay patient. And also there's something else that I want to show you here. If we go all the way back to those all-time highs that we achieved here in XRP, which was back in 2017 when we had that fantastic bull run in the altcoin season. So let me just pull that Fibonacci chart, and I think we bottomed that out around 10 cent. There we go. That was I think we hit that bottom on the 15th of March 2020 before we had that massive rally towards the upside. What we have done here, we have just gone and tested that 0.21% Fibonacci level. And that's something that we did a few months back in September 2021, and of course from there we had that lovely rally towards the upside where we rallied 53%. Again, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen here, but we've just gone and tested that fib level. And that's exactly what these price charts do. They just go and test several different fib levels. And at this moment in time, we're struggling to break above that 0.38% fib level. But once we do, that opens up the doors to the next level, which is up at around 1.70. And if we can break that, that's where I really do anticipate a large move towards the upside. And ultimately, at the end of this alt season, my personal target is all the way up at $3.30. I think this is a reasonable target as we go into Q1 2022 to go and target the previous all-time highs. And of course, we have that heavily anticipated lawsuit that is currently being put onto the XRP by the SEC. If we got any positive news with regards to that lawsuit, that could be the trigger that sends XRP flying up towards those previous all-time highs. And you never know. Right at this moment in time, the fundamentals are much better than what they were back in 2017 when we did go and achieve that all-time high. So we may see us trade past $3.30, but I'm not going to be greedy. I think $3.30 is my price target. It's very frustrating at this moment in time, especially when you've been trading sideways for so long here in the XRP price chart. But I do believe eventually we will get up to that $3.30 mark. So all we're doing here, guys, the whole point of me coming on to YouTube today to film this video is I'm just trying to show you that all we're doing here is back testing this 0.23% fib level. Maybe we did get a little bit overexcited, or I did, with regards to this wedge, but the wedge continues to restructure itself. And what has happened during today's trading session and this weekend is actually very bullish indeed for XRP. We're now trading also, if I just zoom in a little bit here, we are also now trading just on that 200-day EMA. So what I would love to see is a reversal here where we can get that daily close above that 200-day EMA, and then that's where we can go and target the 50-day EMA, which currently sits at that price level of roughly 1.09. So I'm going to go ahead and save this XRP price chart as it currently looks right now. And of course, going into tomorrow's trading session and later on this week, I will come back to have a look at it. But things are looking good for XRP. I know that we have had a few scary moments over the past weekend, but if you do currently hold XRP, I wouldn't give in to this volatility. Hold tight, enjoy the ride, and I'm pretty confident that you will make money medium to long run. That's also what I'm trying to say here. Don't look at the chart from a day-to-day basis. Zoom out, okay? Zoom out and look at the bigger picture. It's all you have to do, and you will soon understand why XRP is so bullish. And that the fundamentals about Ripple, etc., are just so incredible compared to most other cryptos out there. And moving over to the Bitcoin price chart. Now, Bitcoin, very interesting. I did previously say in the last episode that 53,000, I've still got the line that I drew here, was a very important figure. I said if we broke below this 53,000 price target, then, that to me would tell me that the all-time high has already come in for the Bitcoin price chart. That means 69,000 for me would have been the all-time high that we achieved during this bull cycle, and I would expect to potentially see a little pump towards the upside and then eventually a further breakdown where we broke below the 200-day EMA and went trading back in the 40s. But the good news is that we bounced almost perfectly pinpoint off that $53,000 price level. And that has now, of course, caused a 7% gain during today's trading session where we're now testing that 50-day EMA. Now, what I anticipate to see here for the Bitcoin price chart is a break above that 50-day EMA, and we go and retest that $65,000 price level. Now, if we can break above that Fibonacci extension level, that would be incredibly bullish. The reason that I had this fib level is because that's a fib retracement from that 2017 bull cycle that we had when Bitcoin achieved its all-time high. And of course, this right here is the Fibonacci extension, and it comes in at around 75,000. It's no secret that I currently have a price target up at around 73 to 75,000. I personally do not believe we will see $100,000 Bitcoin. We had some crazy shouts over on social media and analysts on the likes of on CNBC, etc., shouting for $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 Bitcoin before year end. But we've got less than a month, well, pretty much 1 month to go now until it is 2022, and I don't really see Bitcoin rallying another 50% at this moment in time. But one thing that I do like about the Bitcoin price chart at this moment in time, though, is that the RSI is very low. So that obviously gives Bitcoin that chance to rally once again and go and retest those all-time highs. So 69,000, of course, is the previous all-time high that we set just under a month ago. And if we can break above that 50-day EMA, that's where we go and target 65,000. If we break above there, then I think it's pretty much a given that we will trade above 70,000. But things are looking very positive here for the crypto market as a whole. We've had a little rough patch, but I really do anticipate a good end to the year, especially over in the XRP price chart. So for those who don't know as well, I have rotated all my money out of Bitcoin and I have currently bought XRP, a few other little altcoins as well. But I am monitoring the Bitcoin price chart because as I mentioned in previous sessions and previous episodes, that the XRP price chart typically does very well along with lots of other altcoins once the Bitcoin all-time high has priced itself in. We saw it back in 2017, when Bitcoin did peak at 19,000. That was when XRP really started to take off, and it continued to do so 4 weeks after Bitcoin priced in that all-time high. So that is the reason as to why I've rotated all my money out of Bitcoin and bought the likes of XRP. But as I just mentioned, I still do believe that Bitcoin still has another all-time high, and if I was correct and we traded up towards that 73,000 level, that would give us roughly around 30%. If I just zoom out a bit here, if we did go and trade up towards that full extension, that 4.30 price area, that would be $75,000 here for Bitcoin. That represents a 31% gain. But if we just look at the full extension here for XRP, I think it takes you all the way out to that $14 price target. So I think, not medium term, but long term, that is my price target for XRP. But during this bull cycle, I am targeting around that $3.30. And when you zoom out to the XRP price chart and you see it in this current structure, that just shows you how much XRP is lagging behind Ethereum and Bitcoin. We've had that SEC lawsuit really has suppressed the Bitcoin price chart, the XRP price chart over the past 12 to 18 months. And when Bitcoin and Ethereum really started to take off, which was back in December 2020, where it was roughly around this area here. That's where Bitcoin and Ethereum really started to take off. And of course, on December the 17th, 2020, that's when that XRP lawsuit was hit. And since then, we've just seen XRP being completely suppressed. But if it was to catch up with the likes of Bitcoin and Ethereum, then we would see a move up towards $13, which would be explosive moves towards the upside, of course. And, I just want to point out as well, XRP by far is a much better, currency when it comes to transferring money. I think Ethereum, last time I checked, if we just go onto Google, in fact, I'll go and check it now. So if we go onto the likes of Google, for example, and let's just see what the average transaction cost for XRP, okay, it is $0.0002. But let's just change that to Bitcoin. Bitcoin has an average transaction cost of roughly $1.95, and Ethereum, which is one of the most expensive coins, has an average transaction cost of $51. And then when it comes to time, Ethereum and Bitcoin can take anywhere between 30 minutes to 5 business days, where XRP is 3 to 5 seconds. So I really do like XRP. It is my favorite cryptocurrency at this moment in time. Yes, it's very frustrating because it's been trading sideways for a very long time, but I really do like the future projects. And yes, you could go and buy Bitcoin and ride it to 75,000, but that only represents a 30% gain from the current levels. And even if Bitcoin went to 100,000, okay, that's a 74% gain from where we're trading right now. But let's say if XRP really did go and achieve that full extension and caught up to Bitcoin and Ethereum up at that 4.23 extension, well, from current levels, we're at $1. That would represent another 1,271% move towards the upside. So these are my favorite type of coins, the ones that have been compressed. And my favorite way to explain it is, and I think I have explained it before on this channel, is that if you imagine that you're in a swimming pool and you have a ball, the longer and longer that ball is getting held under the water, the deeper it gets. And that's exactly what's been happening here with XRP since December 2020. So it's been almost a year since they've had that lawsuit. That ball is just getting held deeper and deeper under the pool. And then once that lawsuit gets finished, there's a settlement, or if XRP, Ripple go to win it, that's when that ball will pop out, and of course it will have so much momentum behind it, and that's where we could see explosive moves here for the XRP price chart. So very bullish times to occur, but I thought I'll just come on here onto YouTube today to explain my thought process with regards to XRP and Bitcoin after the recent volatile moves that we've seen in both markets. But things are looking very good for XRP still, and also Bitcoin has done very well to hold that 53,000 price level, which I explained that was so important for it to hold. And I think that Bitcoin will go and achieve a brand new all-time high before the end of the year. And that is going to wrap it up for today's video. But just before I let you leave, I just want to quickly show you our brand new streaming service. We've recently launched this website that you can see in front of you. This is where we provide in-depth analysis videos as well as trading signals via our Telegram group chat. How it works is really simple. We have two subscription plans. First one is a monthly fee of $19.99, and the second plan is only $209.99 for a year's subscription. Once subscribed, you'll then have access to all of our in-depth analysis videos, as well as access to our private Telegram group chat. We cover various markets such as commodities, US stocks, indices, and cryptocurrencies. We also have a video category where we provide educational content so that you can improve your trading skills. If this sounds appealing to you, then you can find our website link in the description of this YouTube video at dailymarketmovements.com. If not, then I would just like to take this time to say thank you for watching today's YouTube video. Please give my channel a subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you again soon.